Hey race fans, welcome to a special episode of Backseat Drivers. I have Coon and Jonathan Merryman joining me to break down the 2021 schedule. It was announced this week, guys. It's official. We know where we are headed. It's exciting to have some plans for 2021, isn't it?
Yeah, the schedule overall front to back is – I mean, they didn't necessarily turn it on its head, but they turned a lot of things on their head, and I think it's going to be for the better. I'm super excited to dive in here.
Yeah, I got a lot of good things in the mix, a lot of new tracks to visit for the Cup Series, so I'm looking forward to 2021.
Well, both of you said it, the word new, because there are surprises in this schedule that I'm not sure if any of us, including the fans, were prepared for. So what is your biggest surprise with the reveal of the 2021 schedule?
There are a lot of surprises. This one was leaked a little earlier, but Bristol Dirt, I think, is absolutely genius. You know, there are a lot of naysayers out there on the internet, and we won't name names, but they're probably the same people that said the Roval wouldn't work. So Marcus Smith is plenty smart enough to know what he needs to do to his crown jewel racetrack to get fans in the stands and put on a good show. So they've put dirt down on that racetrack before. This is nothing new. It's new to NASCAR. But Bristol Dirt, I mean, you know, that's going to be one of the highlights of the year, I think.
You have to say it. It's dirt, baby. You got to say it.
Bristol Dirt, baby. Wear your boots.
Casey, what's your biggest surprise?
Well, speaking of wearing boots, going to another location in Texas, COTA for me was the biggest surprise and the one I'm most excited about. I must have been living under a rock because I did not hear the rumors that we were going to go to Circuit of the Americas. I think it's a great move. There's a reason that F1 and MotoGP go there. I've seen races there before in other series. It is a beautiful racetrack, great facilities. The town of Austin is amazing. It's lively, it's young, it's youthful. It has everything you would want if you are a NASCAR fan and want to get out and experience the city that you're seeing a race in. And it's a very technical track, so I think it's going to challenge a lot of the drivers. I think it is a brilliant move and one of the biggest surprises, mostly because neither ISC nor SMI own that, so it's being leased by SMI. So again, it wasn't even on my radar for that reason. We
got boots, horses, and road courses down in Texas, and I'm all for it.
That should be our whole campaign.
Put it on a shirt.
Yeah. Okay, so my biggest surprise, I guess it has to be kind of combining Kim's and the other racetracks. We have 6 road courses. So the Cup Series drivers better get really good at some road courses because that's 6 wins that Chase Elliott or Martin Truex Jr. basically can win all 6 of them. So that's my biggest surprise. Fans said they wanted more road courses. You're welcome. They gave it to you. You can't complain because you got more road courses. All right, so now I want to play a little game with you guys, this or that. We're going to do 2 tracks I'm going to throw out here, and I want to know which one you guys think impacts the season more. So Homestead is now moved to the second race of the year. We're staying in Kim's home state of Florida. So is it Homestead or is it the brand new track with Nashville going back to Music City?
I'm going to have to say Music City, Nashville is the bigger move, the one that stands out more to me. Obviously a new racetrack. Guys are going to have to get used to it. We don't really know what to expect. And we saw how much fun we had for Champions Week in Nashville. NASCAR obviously has a big fan base there. Not to say they don't down in Miami, but new fresh blood, Nashville.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Kim on that. I think Nashville and being back in that market the first time for the Cup Series, I think it's going to benefit some of the old guys though, because you know those old guys ran the now Xfinity Series races back there. So I think it's different. A concrete track that big is definitely going to play a little bit differently. So who knows? I'm just excited to put the hat back on and the boots back on there too. I can suit up all year long with this schedule. I love it.
So you're saying Harvick's going to win at Nashville is basically what you're saying?
No, I think Kyle Busch probably has the best shot at anybody, assuming he gets out of his funk. But
all right, 2 tracks on the circuit that we've been to previously. They're old news for us, but they're getting 2 races now instead of just the one, is Darlington and Atlanta. Which one impacts the season more?
I don't know. I think it's probably an even split. You know, we haven't been to Atlanta twice a year for quite some time. And, you know, 2020, we saw a return of Darlington for 3 Cup races. So I think it's cool. I think there's a lot of tradition at both racetracks. I think there's more tradition built into Darlington because, we used to go there for Mother's Day and we used to end summer there with Labor Day. So, I'm just going to circle Darlington simply because it's Darlington and it's so cool. And plus, you can't beat a sunset at that racetrack, and we always get a great one on Labor Day weekend.
This is a hard one. Obviously not a huge change because there have been years where we've visited both of those racetracks twice. And they're both age services, hard on tires. Drivers like them for different reasons. I'm going to say, at least for 2021, the bigger impact is going to be Atlanta, mainly because this year we raced at Darlington so many times. Drivers maybe next year will be used to having raced again at Darlington twice. So throwing Atlanta in the mix twice, a little bit different of a bargain.
Yeah, I've already given my invite to Mama Wee for Mother's Day in Darlington, so she is pumped to spend it in South Carolina. All right, last one. We're going to do the dirt race at Bristol or racing in Austin at Circuit of the Americas.
I don't know. I'm just going to have to go Bristol on this. I just think it's so unique. Look, COTA is a top-notch facility. Kim earlier mentioned F1 and MotoGP. So, I mean, it's a technical racetrack. It's going to be fun to watch racing our cars on that racetrack. But at the end of the day, you're going back to your roots by being at Bristol anyways. To add dirt, for the first time in, 50 years or more, back to the NASCAR schedule, Cup Series schedule is going to be insane. Every year, everybody turns on Eldora just to see what's going to happen. We don't know the format that's going to be run at this racetrack, but what we do know is that Cup cars on dirt for the first time in half a century is going to be absolutely phenomenal to watch. And I think it's a genius move. I mean, I think if we can get fans there and pack the stands, I think that racetrack will sell out. I think we're, that's looking a little bit far down the road, but that has me, my antennas are up on that race for sure.
Well, it's no question that I love Austin, Texas, and I don't disagree with Merryman on the fact that Cup cars on dirt is going to be exciting, but I think the broader impact for the sport is going to go to the COTA race, and that's because there are so many eyes that are going to be on NASCAR when we go to Austin, so many new eyes. It's a young city. It's growing. There are a ton of companies that are headquartered there. There's a big tech boom kind of going on there, so perhaps the opportunity to bring on new sponsors. Bristol kind of already has itself seated in the NASCAR industry, where I don't feel like Austin does. And like I mentioned earlier, there's a reason F1 goes there. There's a reason MotoGP goes there. Last year we saw IndyCar go there for the first time. And I think adding stock cars to that circuit's resume is going to be a great thing for the city. And again, new eyes on the sport. Maybe we gained some new NASCAR fans that didn't know they liked stock car racing.
Austin is quite the foodie city too, so we get all the restaurants.
Delicious.
Talk about it.
Go hungry if you get put on the COTA race.
Exactly. Merryman, for Bristol dirt though, we have to get you a pair of checker flag coveralls because you can't get the outfit dirty. So I just need you to have.
Why can't you get dirty? It's part of the nostalgia. If you don't come out of there with a little bit of grit in your teeth, you really didn't go to a Bristol dirt race.
I'm going to wear my coveralls to the Bristol dirt race. I already got my outfits picked for those two. Okay, so I'm going to throw out a handful of changes for 2021, and I just want your excitement meter. You can throw a number 1 through 10. Let's say 10 is the most excited, 1 is the least excited, and kind of give a little bit of your reasoning. The All-Star race, which we saw at Bristol for 2020, but formerly has been at Charlotte Motor Speedway, is now going to be moved to Texas Motor Speedway in Fort Worth. Excitement level.
I think you have to put that at least at 8+ because Eddie Gossage is the track president promoter, and he's going to find something outlandish to do. So on top of racing for $1 million is going to make it exciting. I think
fire
Eddie
everywhere.
Gossage, he's going to find, the racetrack's probably going to be on fire while we're racing or something like that. Some kind of explosion. Eddie Gossage will have it figured out. I'm sure that's going to be a big deal in Texas.
I'm going to go 7 3/4 only because Merryman said it needed to be an 8 or over. And I love to disagree with him. I would have liked to see the All-Star race at a completely new track we haven't raced on. But to his point, Texas is always exciting. Everything is bigger in Texas. We see how exciting Victory Lane is just for a regular race with all of the cowboy hats and guns. So you have to imagine there's going to be some big things in the works for the All-Star race when we visit Texas Motor Speedway.
Did you say Y'all-Star race?
Y'all-Star.
The Y'all-Star.
Love it. All right. Well, that $1 Million Showdown is going down in the month of June. Okay. Next up, let's look at, instead of racing on the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Oval, we are now racing at the road course. We saw a heck of an Xfinity Series race there with those closing battles in 2020, but now the Cup Series takes it to 2021. 1 through 10, guys.
This was my 10. I think, look, we've had really, really good racing and really exciting finishes and stuff like that on that Indy Oval for the past 4 or 5 years. For a while there, it got a bad reputation for stock cars, but to your point, after seeing what Briscoe was able to do and what he was able to put on two of the best road course racers in A.J. Allmendinger and Austin Cindric in that Xfinity race this year, you'd be crazy not to move that. I mean, people are asking for more road course races. You have a facility that's historic. You can keep that Brickyard name. And, you can take a couple of the unknowns from that race off the table and give them a road course and put on what could be a really, really, really great show. So I like it. That's my 10 out of 10.
I would also give it a 10. I'm really excited about this one. Changing things up. Brickyard is the Brickyard, and I do love that race, but throwing it on the road course adds a new element, some new challenges for our Cup Series drivers. We obviously saw all the excitement that the NASCAR Xfinity Series brought to the Indy road course, and then factor in the fact that it's going to be a double header with IndyCar, and I think you have the perfect recipe for a great weekend. I love any opportunity to cross-promote with other racing series.
Yeah, definitely going to be a fun weekend for the fans at one of the most iconic racing venues in the country. All right, last one. We're going to stick with the road course avenue side of things. Let's look at Road America. We've seen the Xfinity Series race there, but now the Cup Series is heading to go get some cheese in Wisconsin.
And some brats. Don't forget about the meat. I think, Road America on 4th of July, I mean, the name of the racetrack just ties it into the race date.
That birthday boy.
That much better. I know, it's not like I love America or anything. I just think it's perfect. I think it's going to be really good. We always have good Xfinity shows here. There's some really, really fast parts of this racetrack. We're not immune to a little bit of weather there. So who knows? Everybody loves to contemplate, will we see Cup Series guys with wipers and rain tires on? So I'm all for it. Brats are delicious.
I rank this up there too, pretty high. I'd give it a 9. Very excited about this one. Xfinity Series has been racing there for a while, and I know a lot of people have been begging for a Cup Series race there, me included. I've actually never been to Road America, so hoping that I get put on the schedule for the Cup Series race. I know a lot of my MRN cohorts talk about how it's such a fun racetrack, such a fun race, but this is one of the more beautiful properties we visit. So again, hopefully getting put on the schedule for the coverage of the Cup Series at that racetrack. And you're only about an hour from Milwaukee. Milwaukee, very great town.
All right. Well, now we're going to have our closing remarks. Let's do who we think this benefits the most. There are going to be some drivers who like all these changes. There's going to be some drivers who are looking at this, scratching their head, thinking, oh, Lord, what has 2020 got me into? Or 2021. So, all right, 2 minutes. Casey, let's start with you.
I don't think I need the full 2 minutes. There are obviously guys that are very good on road courses and have proven themselves over the years to continue their dominance when we turn left and right. And for me, the biggest change to the schedule was the fact that we are doubling the amount of road courses we go to from 3 to 6. So I think that's definitely going to factor in favor to guys like Martin Truex Jr., Chase Elliott. I would even throw Kyle Busch in the mix. He's slowly getting to be a guy that's pretty good at road courses. I think there's going to be a lot of studying going on for some of the other drivers that tend to be challenged when we have to go both directions, but also some of the road courses we're visiting new. So that's not to say that the guys that are really good when we visit Sonoma or Watkins Glen or even the Charlotte Roval are going to necessarily dominate when we go to places like COTA, or even maybe some of the guys that haven't raced on Road America if they didn't participate in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. So again, very excited for the road courses, and I think it's going to present a lot of new challenges for the majority of the field.
All right, Merriman, on the clock.
So I think you can split this up into 3 groups. I think the Bristol dirt race, Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, and who knows if Austin's Or well, yeah, but who knows if Chase Briscoe gets a cup ride and is up there? You know, those guys have dirt backgrounds. I think that benefits them. Potentially first career wins coming at that racetrack being so unique. I think if you look at the two Darlington dates and the two Atlanta dates, Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin are going to stick out there a lot. But to Kim's point, if Chase Elliott doesn't have 5 wins next year, I think his fans are going to be let down because they see those road courses and they start to drool. Him and Martin Truex Jr. are, you know, just kind of the class of the field at these road course races, and Chase has established himself as probably the best right now. So I think he's going to have a big year next year. I think overall NASCAR is set up to have a pretty big year next year with these changes to the schedule, hitting the new markets. So all in all, the big winners next year are going to be the fans because they get to see a lot of new stuff, a lot of unique stuff. And with road courses, short tracks, and dirt, there's sure to be a lot of bent fenders, hurt feelings. So we might even get a couple fists flying too.
So you mean really good TV that we all enjoy?
Real good
Merryman,
highlights.
Merryman with all the shirts today, bent fingers and hurt feelings. What was the other one?
The Y'all Star Race. We got them all.
Race.
Texas one was good too.
Boots, horses, and road courses.
There you go. Boots, horses, and road courses.
Y'all, I could be a poet. You just have no idea.
Don't know it. Okay, guys, so you can check out the whole entire 2021 NASCAR Cup Series schedule on NASCAR.com. There's a whole landing page if you want to see all the changes. 2021 is looking bright for some NASCAR fans. We're excited. And don't forget, Talladega is this Sunday at 2 p.m. on NBC. We have, 6 races?
Yeah, I got another one for you. How about the road course less traveled?
All right, on that note, we'll see you guys right back here on another episode of Backseat Drivers.